All right, we're just dodging the Amish today, trying to find a boat ramp. I got pretty frustrated this morning, guys. Google Maps took me in the wrong direction. I went down this real narrow gravel road that turned into a dead end on a hill. Couldn't back up because the brakes on the boat were locked up, so I was forced to go straight into the unknown around a curve with big bluff walls on both sides of me, wondering, there's no way I'm going to find a spot to turn around. Luckily, I did. Got back on the road, trying to find the ramp. Eventually, I do. Let's do this. Hey guys, welcome to SmallmouthCrush. Today we are checking out a different body of water. We're actually going to be targeting some smallmouth and largemouth today. Haven't been out here in quite a while. First time this year. So we're going to see what happens coming up. I guess we're just gonna work this shoreline, see if we can find some fish. I don't know what else to do. Just gonna keep trucking here. Fish are gonna be pre-spawn, post-spawn, and spawning. And it's all about finding the areas. Since I don't have a lot of experience with this place, I'm just going to be throwing a lot of reaction baits. See if we can get a bite and then work from there. Okay, that didn't take long. I had to go find some rocks, and I got on a little spot here and was cranking and had a good one on, close to 5 pounds, and he got off at the boat. And that gave me an idea to kind of slow it down and see if we can put some more fish in the boat here. There's one. Got him. That's big, but little guy. So I'm just using that Kitech flapper on a pivot head. Just dragging along the edge here. I think they're spawning up on here. That's 3 fish right here. One being a really nice one I lost on that crankbait. So I'm just gonna slow it down now. There's one. Oh shit. He's on. We gotta go after this guy. He's hung up on something, but there's definitely some pressure. I'm just gonna keep pressure on the fish. Try to get up to whatever's stopping, whatever's between me and this fish here. I wish I knew. This might be difficult to do because I'm coming up to it. I don't see anything down there. Line. That's all I can do is give him some line right now. See if he can swim out of this. He's not. This is interesting. So I got the fish. Pinned to a log that I don't know if I'm going to be able to get at. Now I should be able to. There we go. Not too big. There's bite. See there? Got him. little smallie. Something's telling me to throw the chatterbait. You know, there's a little bit of sparse grass down here, and it just makes a pretty good choice. Although, I'd love to set the hook on that pivot head. There he is. Oh, pig. There we go. That is a chatter dog. Chatter dog. It's a decent fish, man. It's a decent fish. Come on. I know where else to go, so we're gonna circle back around. I caught that one, good one on a chatterbait, and I lost one on a crank, and we found a few fish, some smaller males. I think what's going on is they're positioning themselves on this hard bottom. There could be some fish spawning, pre-spawn fish as well. And I don't know, I don't have a lot of experience here in the springtime. So I'm gonna run back through and work some different baits, probably work a little bit slower, and then I'll maybe go back through again with a reaction bait just to see. I think we can put some good weight together here. Better. Yeah, buddy. He's there. Might still be. Yep. That was a stupid hook set. Little chunker. A little chunker. Bite. That's a good one. Putting it together. We're getting it done today. I tried black and blue, and I caught that one decent one on it, but Went back to the sprayed grass color. I'm just dragging this along the bottom, and that pivot head is just along the rocks. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of beds around here, and that's what's happening. All right, let's just take a second or two here and go over the pivot head a little bit more in detail so you can see exactly what I was doing today. Okay guys, so I caught a lot of the fish on a pivot head, and I wanted to explain a little bit more about a pivot head because it's something that works really well, and I use it a lot in the summertime when I'm fishing offshore. But in this case today, I was throwing it around some of the hard cover. But all it is basically a football head that swivels on a hook. So I was using an extra wide gap hook, and you can see in this box that I have a lot of different pivot heads to choose from. I don't always carry these with me. I have a smaller box, as you can see here, that is basically designed to carry my go-to weights in case I need something, quick. If I know I'm going to be using pivot heads a lot, or I'm going to a lake where I've used that pattern in the past, well then that big mother box will be coming with me, and I'll be able to take that with all the other pivot heads that I have. Okay, so what I like about the Strike King's pivot head, I don't even know what they're called, swivel heads or whatever, but they just come with a football head, and then you can put any size hook that you want on the weight. So for instance here, I'm going to take this head, I'm going to put a 3/0 extra wide gap thin wire hook, which is what I was using today with those crazy flappers, and your hook, and you point it upwards and you thread it through. And what's nice about this is it allows you to put whatever hook size, depending on your size of plastic, depending on the bait that you're using, and it's as simple as that. Now you can throw that, and you can put any hook you want on it. So for these Kitex that I was using today, that 3/0 was working great for that 3.6 size. And I use brush hogs, I've used beavers on the back, a lot of different trailers in the past. I just started experimenting with these Kitex this year, and I really love the action. It's a really neat setup. Smallmouth. Okay, enough is enough. Let's there's some more rock way down there. Let's check that out. Went back in this creek, and the bank was just pretty steep. It was like 10 to 15 feet right from the bank, so it was an ideal place for this time of year. So I thought, well, we'll roll on out of here and head back home. That pivot head was really the deal. I know I caught a decent one on that chatterbait, but the pivot head, working it real slow over that hard bottom where the fish were spawning and pre-spawn area seemed to be the trick. I just didn't have a lot of time. I don't know where else they'd really spawn here. I'm sure there's a lot of areas. A lot of this is steep banks and whatnot. I'm actually fishing on the Susquehanna River, and it's a little tricky, but I think if I had a few more outings here, I'd be able to put together a few more areas. I was just limited on time today and kind of had to stick with what I found. You know, they catch a lot of big smallmouth
further up even on the Susquehanna. Big for Pennsylvania standards anyways. And boat's got some issues, huh? I'd love to get up there. You need a jet boat to fish most of that. There's no way you're gonna bring a bass boat. I went pretty far up here into some rocks and fished, and I think I could have got further up. Maybe that's where some of the bigger smallies were, but I'm not too familiar with it. I didn't want to take that chance.